Hey, hi guys, welcome back. Be hot. So great to see you, sweetheart. You were first in the house indeed. Delightful to see you, honey. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and jump on into this. We're going to see, this is going to be a today's topic video for both today, May the 1st, and then also I'll do a segment for May the 2nd. And then tonight at midnight, we'll be back on track and I'll put one out for the 3rd. I always like these to come out 2 days in advance. I'm sorry, last night I wound up having a coughing attack and it just didn't let up. So I kind of had to postpone getting that one out last night. I was like, I was coming into the home stretch, but I just couldn't make it. All right, so we are starting out with the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse for the message of today. This could represent there's no more need to keep pushing so hard. It may not be time for a harvest yet, but also this may be a journey is about to change. Oh, never mind. We just leapfrogged. We have an Eight of Pentacles. Okay, this could be the story of a divine masculine today that is realizing there isn't any more delay. He can actually put something into action. It's time for the next part of his plan, whatever his plan is. This is great. This is like movement forward and successive, progressive energy. Let's take a look. Where's he going? What's he doing? The Magician. He's got an idea in his mind about what he wants to manifest. Hi, everyone. So great to see you all. So we've got, with the Magician, we've got him planning on a future move. We've got him planning on manifesting something that he wants, something that he needs. And it's like, it's go time. He's past the planning phase and he's in the phase of actually like putting that, like the working plan into place. So he starts making it happen. This is like, okay, I've been thinking. I'm at the point now where I'm ready to make the phone calls, not to gather more data, but to start, whatever, booking flights or getting people, in order so that this thing's going to really happen. What is this thing? This is a great day for this divine masculine today. By the way, he could be a Virgo or a Gemini, but we did have really strong earth elements anyway. Here he is like, I don't know. This feels like he thinks this is going to be his great happiness. He's, chucking the cards up in the air. There's a little bit of like, finally, I'm going to get what I've wanted, what my future is. I feel these are playing cards, not tarot cards that he's throwing in the air here. But I feel like today could be the day that this divine masculine says, screw it. I'm not letting there be any more blockages. I'm not letting there be any more obstacles. I'm not going to allow anything else getting in the way when what I want is my happiness. Like for once. And his happiness seems to be a lovely Queen of Wands. Okay, so his plan is directly involving a Queen of Wands. Is this somebody he'll be gravitating toward? Is this somebody he's been planning something to surprise her with? She is his happiness. But what is it that you had to do, masculine? Because I don't think I understand. What is it that he's been having to do or put in play? We have a Two of Swords. We have an Ace of Swords. He's been needing to cut through maybe an icy or even hostile boundary between the two of them. Okay. Hi, guys. So glad you guys are here. Wonderful to see you all. We got a 10 of Pentacles. Okay. The icy or hostile boundary was making it impossible for this either union to move forward. It had something to do with the ability to reside together. I'm just going to say something because this is what came into my mind just now. If he was like working in a career path that kept him away too much, and she was like, I'm not dating somebody if it's long distance. Like, I'm done with you. You got to do what you got to do. You're choosing the career. I get it, but I'm not. Look, a Queen of Wands tends to lay down the law of what she wants. She could say, I love this person, but it doesn't suit me that they're gone so much, that they're never home. I don't want to be in a relationship where I got to, be the only person holding everything down. She does not ever say, I'm willing to have, like more of a burden placed on my shoulders if it doesn't please me. She always goes after what actually pleases her. And I think I always think of her as the queen who has the highest standards for herself about what makes me happy. It has to make me happy. She's not selfish or rude, but she's not somebody who believes that she's put on this earth to like give her service to others. She is not someone who I don't think that she cares to do stuff that isn't good for her. And it has to be, it's not even enough that like I know they're attracted to me, I'm attracted to them. It's also, am I getting enough attention from them? If the answer is no, then it's not enough. And although I love you, it's not going to work. And she has no problem saying no if she's not getting fair treatment about what she wants. If I'm here for you, then you would have to be here for me. And it keeps feeling like the big obstacle was how were they going to, coexist? How are they going to be in the same house? And it almost feels like, especially like if they're talking about, let's have kids, let's have, other things. She's like, I'm not going to be the stay-at-home parent while you're gone all the time and you only come home on a weekend. Forget that. So she may have walked away from them because, or put up a boundary and said, you can't have this if you're not giving me your presence as well. She didn't walk away from him because she didn't want him. She walked away from him because he wasn't going to be around enough. That's what this feels like. And that seems to be what he is changing. This could be a man who's changing his career path. Maybe he had some stuff he had to work out, some things that he had to, pay off first, then maybe even get some schooling for some other career path, something that would allow him to change directions. And now he's like, that's it. I've done it. I can get a different kind of a job that allows me to be around more. I can now have that relationship with my Queen of Wands. This really does feel like that she wouldn't do the stuff that she isn't comfortable with. And I know it sounds like he's being forced to make these huge sacrifices, but you know what? He's so freaking happy about this. I'm wondering if that is the situation, and keep in mind, we started out with all pentacles. So it seemed to be about money, career, matters of, wealth and security. It could have been, this is a great reason for him to leave a career that maybe he didn't even like. I mean, that Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, it doesn't look like he's missing out on anything. And it looks like he's super jazzed. So I'm wondering if she indeed was his motivation for making the changes in his life, but they were the changes he should have made for himself anyway. Maybe he needed a reason to quit doing a career path and change something. Maybe that job was owning him and now he owns himself again. We've got that Two of Pentacles. It is sideways. He doesn't know how things are going to work out with her, but already he's like, I'm still glad I made these changes. He's really happy. I think this is great. I think no matter what, even if he did this so that he can say, all right, there's no problem now. I can be home every night. We can be in each other's worlds. Now, do you want to date me or what? Even if she says no, he's like, I don't know, but I'm still damn happy today that I made these changes. Queen of Cups. He's hoping that this is going to turn her into like this very loving, giving, like, sit down and let's do some true talk now about how this is going to work. He wants very much for her to be very like warm and loving with him, but still very truthful. Look, as a queen twice, you notice she keeps coming out as a queen upright. She will be all about what's fair and balanced. She will be all about, like, especially if he just did something wonderful that makes this relationship possible. It's not going to be lost on her that you made big changes, big sacrifices because you love me. Now, let me show you how much I love you in return. Like, it'll be very much a 50-50 balance of her reciprocating that. I mean, I think that's what he's hoping for. Now, it looks like, I would imagine that'll be the way this could go. But let's just see. Do we have another message on here for today? Two of Wands. We still don't know how this is going to go. And it's mostly because this is a tall order for one day, right? This is just the message for today, which started out with him. He's made these choices. He's put this into action. And no matter what, this is him wondering, I wonder what she'll do. I know that the choice will still be up to her, but I'm still pleased that I made these changes, even though, yes, I made them because she inspired me to make them. I made them because that's the only way maybe we could have success. Now, I don't know how it'll go with her, but man, this is what I'm hoping for. But at the end of the day, if for no other reason than I made some positive changes in my own life for my personal abundance and freedom and a better work-life balance, I'm still going to be really happy about that. So however things go with her, we can't really see in this storyline exactly. This is what he's hoping for, but he doesn't know. But I like the fact that he's still content with his own personal life choices. I mean, ideally, that's what we would do. If we're going to make changes, maybe someone inspires us to do it, but we still do it because it's also the right thing for us. You know, um, I feel like that's a good message on this one. Okay, now let's turn to the energy for what is the scenario for the 2nd of May. Can you believe we're already into May? This is crazy. Guys. All right, the energy for May the 2nd is King of Swords. King of Swords is truth and clarity. Boy, this is like man week, huh? We keep getting these divine masculines. Now, please bear in mind, I don't actually read for genders. Certainly, even though we have seen a lot of masculine energy on the 1st and now on the 2nd, these could still be feminine standing in their masculine energy, which simply means the energy of the sun, the action taker. This could always be same-sex couples that we're talking about or reverse gender roles. But on the 2nd, we have the King of Swords with the Aquarius star card with the Hierophant faith card. I'm sorry we keep getting love messages here, but this looks like he's become very clear. Also, he could have like very piercing blue eyes. This could be somebody who is bald or shaves his hair, but this could also just be somebody who's very tapped into the flow of the universe. Sometimes, having like, a completely smooth cranium is just showing like the connection to like the crown chakra and our connection to our higher self. But he's realized something. This feminine, possibly an Aquarius, is his wish fulfillment. And that alone is like, he can't unsee it. He's either fallen in love with somebody or he's recognized where his kind of like trajectory of his life belongs. This could be somebody who's falling in love, more in love with their current partner. This could be somebody he's already dating and he's like, I'm going to marry this person. It's totally struck me. I feel like a masculine on the 2nd is aware of who they're going to be marrying. It's just, he just knows it now in, body, mind, and soul. Who is she? 6 of Pentacles, the one he wants to give everything to, the one he'd feel safe and comfortable giving his loyalty to, his access to, his, whatever safety deposit box key to. We have the Palace of Cups, person he has all the emotions for. This is really, really deep emotions. I don't think he's ever felt like that about anybody else, where this is down at the bottom of the ocean, right? There is a whole nother like palace or uncharted territory that just unlocked inside of him, which is the depth of love that he feels for her. And we do have this crazy Knight of Wands too. I said, who is she? And instead I thought we were going to get cards about who she is. It's more still about how he sees who she is, which would make sense because we are seeing it through his eyes, literally. But I thought she was going to be explained to us, and it's only through his lens. She's the one I want to give everything to. She's the one I'm crazy in love with. She's the only person I felt like this about. And she's the one that I really, really, really want to get into a sensual connection with. Okay, so he's very passionate about her. But you know what's great about this? I think the reason we can kind of trust that this is not just lust speaking and that it is love is because he sees her as a wish fulfillment. He sees her as a person he wants to marry. He sees her as the one he wants to give everything to. He sees her as the one he has all these emotions for. And after that, he sees her as the one he's super lusty for. I would say this is definitely the greatest depiction of a man in love. If it were the reverse, if it was like, well, she's the one I want to go get jiggy with, and then later on, it's like, I wonder if I could kind of marry her or if this could be something more. That is not the way this is. The lust is at the end of the line. Everything else is my emotions, my heart, my higher self. Everything knows that she's the one. And by the way, really sexy. And that's actually really nice to see. Okay, is there anything else we can see just about her? Because I think he's like love drunk right now. He just wants to keep talking about her. No, I just want to keep thinking about her. Palace of Swords, this is his mind. This King of Swords is crazy about her, but truly crazy in love. What are you thinking about then, King of Swords, since you're not going to let us get a closer look at her? We're only going to see it through your lens today. The Chariot. He's thinking about going directly toward her. She could live at a distance. He doesn't care. This is, I would say that that's the other way that we know that this man is in love, is because, literally wild horses couldn't hold him back. Or in this case, he would go anywhere. He would go as far as you have to get to the person that you love, which I think is always the way that goes. There isn't anything else that we don't care. There's not anything else that you need more than making sure that you can pursue the person that you need to be with. And I think that's where he's at. This is Neptune, Poseidon, god of the sea, riding on his horses that are the froth of the ocean waves. Is very poetic. It's very this feels like a really great romance, film or book or something. I'm here and I'd drive all night to get to you. Oh gosh, Cyndi Lauper did a great cover of it, but I think it's Roy Orbison's song. We've got a Four of Wands. I feel like he's going to do whatever it takes to get to her on the second, and I feel like he's proposing in the early morning light. If he arrives in the night, which is what this looks like, then they've got quite the lovers connection throughout the night, and then it's like proposing in the morning. This feels very, very much like there is no ego here. There is nothing held back. This is his plan. This is what he intends to do. Are you really doing this though on the second, or are you just realizing it? Is it just like, sometimes we have those epiphanies in life, and once we know it, sometimes we're more attuned to when the right timing is, once we know unequivocally what's going to happen. There are just those moments in life. I think I know I've had moments in life where I knew without a doubt, like this is what will be happening. Now it's like I'll know exactly when it's going to happen, when the moment approaches, but I already know, like, there's nothing that could shake me. I'm positive that this is what's happening. And there are those times where when you know, and it doesn't even have to be about love. I've had things in my life where I'm like, that's 100%. I already know this is what's going on. And it's those rare moments where there's nothing on earth that could shake you. And it wouldn't matter if there's evidence to the contrary. You're like, the evidence is wrong. I'm right. I know that I'm right. It sounds crazy, but once in a very rare while, that happens in life. And I know I've had moments like that in my own life, and they turned out to be correct. There's just, I don't know, it's like you can rip through the fabric of time and space, and it's just you know what the outcome is going to be. That kind of feels like how serious he is. But I was asking, is he really doing this, or is he just sure now of what he feels? He's fearless. So I would say he's just suddenly incredibly positive. He's not even worried, like, but what if she doesn't want me? What if she doesn't like seeing me? What if, she doesn't feel the same way about me? He's like, I can't even entertain the idea that this isn't right, because I'm so sure that it is. Okay, this is not him taking liberties and being like, I don't care if she says no. I'm going to, knock on her door and keep insisting that she has to marry me. This is not him having like a break from reality. This is just again, when you know. And it's not like we're assuming that he would be forcing his way into her life, some crazy stalker-esque. He obviously has some kind of awareness that there's a bond here. He hasn't even questioned or freaked out about what if she doesn't feel the same way. It's like he already knows somehow, some way she does. And again, this is such a weird one to have to describe, because there's no reason to back that up exactly, especially when it's all come from his viewpoint so far. Oh, he knows she got a freaking big old backbone. And if she doesn't want him, if she really means it, she will have no problem telling him to beat those feet and get on out of her life. And he will listen. But he's convinced that there is something. You notice that this is emanating from her third eye. He is convinced that this somehow, some way, this will all work. Even if these two had trials and tribulations in the past, somehow, some way, he is so positive that this will work, even though he has the utmost respect for her. If she feels the same way, he knows this will all work. If she doesn't, he can't even worry about that, because she's going to tell him to go to hell. And that'll be it. She will make the final decision. But I want to say there is some kind of like really, really profound bond between the two of them. She's got to feel that on her side too. Can we change decks and see it from her side? Because this has totally been man land story today, right? So remember, the Hierophant for him, the Hierophant for her. No wonder he's like, when you know, you know. She's going to marry him too. Part of her ferociousness could be exactly that. I'm going to marry that. Never mind. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. We've got the Sun card, the clarity, it doesn't matter what you tell me. I already know that it's happening. None of it makes a lick of sense. I only know that it's happening. I know that's my person. Okay, this is two very confident people that are going to be married. I don't know what happened in the middle of all this. For them to both know that they're supposed to be the one for each other. This is a very strong bond, and it is a very spiritual bond. And I'm going to say she is kind of pissed, and I'm going to say he's all like lovey-dovey, nuts about her, super confident. She's over here and she may have some anger. And at the same time, it's like, yeah, because we were supposed to be married. Like, that's still what's happening. But it doesn't mean I'm not pissed at him. Like, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting off of her. What happened in the middle of this story? Like, why are these two not married yet is basically what I'm asking. The universe is like, they have been married all along in their heart of hearts. This is the marriage of the spirits, right? This is the Four of Wands. These two have been married maybe since the first time their eyes ever met. Maybe since the first time they saw each other's photo before they even met in real life. These two have been married. I'm not saying they've been married like with rings on. I'm saying they've been married to each other all this time anyway. And here's the tough part. Obviously, they had some kind of connection, and then she was here waking up alone. I don't see this as he left her because, like, oh, hey, that was a great roll in the hay. Peace out. I'm gone. They had romance that then had problems. We got the Death card. Everything had to be changed. I don't know if I'm guessing it was his life that had to be restructured, but they had a romance and it was like, I'm marrying you. They both knew it, but then it was too soon, right? I met you. We already know how we feel. We obviously had some time together. And by morning, it's like, and now we can't actually do this yet. I'm going to have to go, and then I can come back later. This is like something had to be restructured and changed. And then we have that Judgment card, and then I can come back. No wonder she's pissed. You should have already been ready. But at the same time, I don't think her being pissed is enough for her to say, I don't want him back. If anything, she's like, of course they're coming back. And of course we're still getting married. Doesn't mean I'm not ferociously angry at the same time, but let's go get married. It's kind of a funny, like, nothing is perfect in life, right? Particularly in this story, nothing is perfect. And yet it is the most solid connection ever, as far as what they both know, as far as the love that they share. It is the most solid connection ever at the same time. So that is what we have got. The only thing is, he's on his way back in. Is he headed toward her now, or is he just like, I would have to say this looks like he's headed on in on the second, but let's see. We have got the Three of Cups. We've got the Ten of Swords. And we've got the Curiosity of Spirit, which is like the Page of Swords. You shouldn't have to be spying if you're on your way in. And you shouldn't be the donkey, pulling the cart. But you're done being the donkey pulling the cart. I'm going to say he's like looking ahead to see about, all right, I'm ready to come forward. And I know what I'm doing. I got to do a little bit of spying. I'm checking to see what's going on in her life. Is she home? Is she with friends? What's going on? Because I'm going to head her way now. Something in his life, whatever needed to end with that Death card, has ended. He's ready to move toward her. He may feel like a donkey's ass. This may have taken way longer than it should have, but he's looking and spying checking to see, is this a good day? Is this a good time? We got the 10 of Cups. I would say if he's looking first to double check that she's like home or that she's going to be available, it's because he's on the move as soon as he like makes sure that, okay, yeah, I can do this today. It's like he doesn't want to interrupt if there's, you know, some other connection in her life. He's trying to still be a little bit respectful. I mean, he's the one who obviously wasn't ready when he should have been anyway. I don't know what he had to end in his life, but you know, we know that there had to be an ending of something. I don't even want to ask what it was because it's going to be a whole lengthy other story. And we can just see that he was possibly the workhorse pulling somebody else's responsibilities. And maybe that's why he feels like an ass, because maybe he took care of somebody else's responsibilities for far too long and kept her waiting. And this is the person he should have already been dedicated to, the person that he wants to marry, the person that he knows he's going to marry. He may have taken way too long. And that could be, again, that could explain why she might be pissed about how long it's taken. But strangely in this story, I don't think it jeopardizes the fact that they still have this happiness together and that they have plenty of years ahead to enjoy this life together. And I don't actually see any kind of like rejection or screw you, you weren't here soon enough, you know, I hate you. There's none of that. All right, so I'm going to leave this one here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for both the a birthday on the 1st of May and then for a birthday on the 2nd of May. So first off, let's pull a card for somebody whose birthday would be the 1st of May. You guys, thank you so much for giving it a thumbs up. I so appreciate, there's like 331 of you in the room and 116 thumbs up. Thank you so much. You guys don't know how much that helps a channel, any creator that you watch. It's super, super helpful. If we don't get those interactions, then the algorithm does not favor the video and then the video doesn't get seen or circulated. So I can't tell you how much myself and every other creator out there appreciates that. I know it's a simple little free action, but it really helps us. So thank you guys. I forget to say it enough and I'm trying to be better at that. Okay, so for someone whose birthday could be on the 1st, we have the message of the devil, but this devil is kind of different because it's like we've got this ghostly little iceberg right under the surface. And it almost seems like the devil can only have power over somebody, you know, fear, if we haven't yet identified where our worry is hanging out, right? There is concern and fear only because we didn't identify what are we really scared of. And here we've got that 2 of Swords. We're blocking, literally blocking, thinking about the thing that we're afraid of. It might be time to just take on whatever the worry is head on and be like, this is not so scary after all. What is it that I'm worried about? It might be nothing, a fart in the wind. Sometimes we get so stressed and so worried about stuff and it makes us lose sleep. And all we needed to do was actually like do the thing that we'd been obsessing over anyway. We got this beautiful outcome for a 10 of Pentacles. If there had been, let's say this is a scenario where a character had been really stressed and worried, like, I don't know, like, what's the boss thinking? Are they going to change my hours? And it's like stressed and worried and stressed and worried and stressed and worried. And then finally we just go, hey, boss, I got to tell you, I've been losing sleep. I've been wondering what's going on. You know, did you have any plans to change hours or this or that? They're like, what? No. Oh my God. We're trying not to overwork you, but we need you actually for more hours. I mean, if you could you do some overtime, be like, hell yeah, that's what I wanted. You know, it's sometimes the thing that we worry about is the thing that we're not talking about, but that's the most important thing to talk about and air out. Now, this could be about a relationship as well. This is about usually close connections and matters of abundance and the kind of, you know, friends, family, you know, powerful romantic connections that we have in our lives. Again, if we're stressed out about something, it says, but why are we blocking the one thing, which might be, I really care about this person and I'm so scared to tell them. They might feel like $1 million when we tell them that, want to reciprocate more with us. You know, telling somebody that we need them, telling somebody that we want to be closer to them. All those kinds of things can actually make everybody feel really good inside. So it just kind of says, to not stress out about the thing that we most want to say, which could possibly yield the greatest results ever. But it's funny how that can be the thing that we're most afraid of, right? The vulnerability aspect. But very nice message on that. Okay, so for somebody whose birthday is on May the 2nd, let's pull a card there. Here we go. Here we go. We've got a 3 of Swords upright, and that 3 of Swords is, yikes, somebody with a, there's a little heart-shaped hole in the heart. We got the 10 of Cups, though. The heartbreak is about to be kind of, I'll say, the pothole in the heart is going to be paved over with, I would say, much more satisfying new love. I know it looks like this character has had a betrayal or a heartbreak, but that was in the past. What's up ahead is a 10 of Cups. If our poor character, whose birthday is on the 5th, or sorry, May the 2nd, I don't know why I want to say the 5th, if they had a heartbreak in the past, this says, yeah, but that was a tough year, or maybe a tough, last rodeo that they ran, and maybe they felt achy and sore, but that's not what the future holds. The future is not going to be anything like the past. The future has an emperor in it. And this is an emperor and an empress actually on this card. And we've got the Ankh, the symbol of life. This is celebrating our birthday is sometimes a great time to take stock of what was crappy, what was unfinished, and then also what were the highs of our previous year. Just so we can say, okay, here's what I learned, here's what I went through, here's how I've evolved because of that, and then here's the stuff that I want to go ahead and focus on this year. It's a great time to take stock of stuff, even if there was something yucky that happened. But then to remember that was all last year. This year, this 2025, baby, year of the snake. This is the year I am completely ready to rock on. I'm ready for the new. And it kind of feels like somebody's literally going to be blowing out their candles and having a flash in their mind of either beautiful, bright, rainbow colors, or they close their eyes and then open their eyes and there's a prism of rainbow light coming through their window or something. And I think it's going to be a powerful symbol that this is my next year. Something just changed as I blew out my candles. This is a different trajectory. This is a year that I think love could be really, really abundant. A lot of happiness this year. And I think that it's, it's a difference between scrunching our eyes shut for just a minute and sending out a wish for what next year is. And that totally replaces the old storyline. This is probably one of the best. I want to be this person. They're really good at making birthday wishes. I love this character. They're so powerful at how they handle, their opportunities in life to change their outcome. So very nice. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave this one here. I am still a little bit funky today with my lungs. Not too bad, but better than last night. But last night it just hit like a ton of bricks. So I will be, as long as I'm not coughing too much, I'll be back and forth throughout today and tonight. But I try not to cough at you guys. I've been so good for almost a month. My lungs have been pretty solid. So anyway, I want to pace it so they don't get bad again. Twanette, AC, RS, Jessica Sweezy, so great to see you. Hi, Stevette. AC, wonderful to see you, honey. Labyrinth, Tosh, Miss So the Peaceful Observer. Hi, Robin. Tammy Johnson, wonderful to see you too, sweetheart. Brown-eyed girl, Teresa Autry. Courtney Walsh, hey, hey. Hi, Annie. Annie, I didn't forget the Capricorn video, but just got knocked out of the game last night. I got to do Ophiuchus today for the May video, but I will get to Capricorn today absolutely as well, okay? Terry the Gigi Gumby girl. I love it. I loved Gumby. Ash Cash, Slay Princess. Hiya. Oh, you sweetheart. Right back to you, honey. I hope everybody's having a great day. Rachel's Magic, Sarah J. Happy Thursday. Wonder T. Hi, Pam. So good to see you again today. I hope today is a brighter and lighter day, honey. Prime Creator Father, Absolute. Hey, hey. Empress Bella. Hi, Sissy. Shariza Ali, great to see you. Hi, Carl. Mermaid Tales, hello, hello. Puran, love your name. Shout out to you in India. Patricia Bukator, wonderful to see you. Oh, shout out to you in London, mate. Rock me, Mima Jamila. Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. I love doing Taurus. Rhonda Walton, hey, hey. Champer 679, Ken Ramey. Taurus is scheduled for today as well, guys, just so you know. Beth Ross, Yvonne Garcia, Noor A. I used to love him. I know. Cyndi Lauper did such a great version of that song. I love that, Terry. Sexy Senator Sag, hey, hey. Hi, Lois. No, you're perfectly on time, honey. Annie, I see your comment down here. Yes, I already answered a little while ago, huh? I'm sorry, I'm rolling through the comments and I went to the top and I'm scrolling down. So, Don Divine, wonderful to see you. Hi, Undaunted, Monkey Experiment, Jamie Jean Art, Travis Rhodes, Anishta Chatu. Hi, hun. Hi, Sheila. Oh, thank you so much. Shout out to you in Singapore. Jacob's in Texas. Hey, hey. Oh, that's so awesome, NES. Because I felt like that Capricorn video was like so like detailed and so specific. And so I'm glad you were all right with that one. Hi, Nishani. Thank you, everybody. Pisces. So I think I did Pisces yesterday. So Pisces will probably wait another day. So what I try to do is like go through, I try to get about 6 zodiacs done a day. And I try to always make sure that each zodiac gets 2 videos each week. And so today I start on the second wave of them. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday I'll be a little bit light probably on videos on Saturday because I'll be gone. But I think Pisces will probably have to wait at least until tomorrow, but possibly until Sunday. But that's just because they got one last night. All right, you guys. And I always try to roll them out. Oh, Garnet, hello. Shout out to you in England. You're in London. I'm half British, so Bermondsey is my part of London. Hi, Dolly. Shout out to you in Dubai. I love to know where everybody's from. It's so fun. It makes the world feel so much friendlier. I'm such a huge traveler. I always consider myself a global citizen. So I love the fact that even when I'm not traveling right now, because my doggy, I still get a chance to kind of connect around the world. It makes me really happy. At some point, Aries will fly, but he hasn't done it yet. He's kind of needed to mature a little bit first. So he's 4. So I'm thinking we're about ready to get my boy on an airplane because I wouldn't go without him. I can't wait to get a doggy passport for him. Anyway, you guys, really nice to see everybody. Lots of love. Take care for right now, guys. I'll see you again soon. Annie S., I did not know that. I don't know where I thought you were, Annie, but I didn't know that you're in England also. Oh, that's so exciting. West of London. That's wonderful. Let me think. So I've been out in Bath also, which I loved Bath. Oh, that was so beautiful. But there's so much of the English countryside I've never seen. But I've always want to go to Cotswold also. But there's so much I haven't explored. The world is so big. There's so much to see. Oh, that's wonderful, NES. That makes me feel like so happy. I feel like I'm there with you. All right, you guys, take care. I'll see you again soon. Bye for right now.